Hey class, I've gotten a lot of messages and emails about how best to navigate our online course. As for most of you, it's your first online course that's asynchronous, meaning that we aren't all learning at the same time. We're learning on our own and coming together for clarification. So I would, if I were you, at least every other day, log into our course, which is this Math 140 Algebra, and see what's going on in the announcements, right? If you have any questions, oh, look, Brittany just posted her office hours. They're going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we'll talk about how to find the link for those. Then I would go to our modules. Our modules are broken up into weeks. Of course, first we have this welcome module, which has our syllabus, how to sign up for my math lab, which most of you have done already, so bravo, and of course Q&A. This is a discussion board where you can ask questions. Oop, there's some questions I need to answer. But where you can ask questions about, is there a quiz? Is all the homework on my math lab? Are we going to have weekly teachings, right? We'll talk about that. And we do have tutoring. So remember, I could type this in like as to answer this. Brittany is our tutor. Or you could respond to another student's question if you're 100% positive of the answer. So this is where you can go ahead and ask general questions. This is just our beginning module. I also have, oops, that's not where I wanted to go. Things look a little bit in the background for me because I'm a faculty member, so let's switch to student view. You can then go to our modules. I talked about our welcome module. Here's some quick links. The main ones you're going to need are our class YouTube channel. That's where I post all of our class lectures. I've now posted the class lectures for the first 2 weeks. Those are the same lectures I would give in class. And then you go to my math lab. That's where our homework's done. So here's how I would approach each week. So the first thing I would do is click your overview and to-do list. This tells you everything you need to do this week. So okay, it says this week we're going to review the real number system and look at linear equations in one variable. So the first thing you want to do is read the to-do list. Oh, I'm doing that now. You want to review chapter R1 in your textbook. I'm not saying read the textbook, but give it a good skim. Think of anything that sounds like, oh man, I've never heard of this before. And then view to the YouTube lectures, which follow the Shapiro points that I've shared with you. Then you're going to connect with the class and community. So this week it was group introductions. We're going to be answering applications to our majors. We're going to have group discussions where we've got to make a map of connecting concepts that we're going to continue to grow throughout the semester. It's not always going to be just, hey, how's everybody doing? But that's healthy and good too. Next, you need to work individually to complete the homework and the chapter review quizzes in my math lab, also called the skill review quizzes. And then I give you a heads up for what's going next. So you go like, okay, cool, I did this, awesome. Next, it takes you to, if you want to, download the chapter R PowerPoint, chapter 2 PowerPoint, and the link to our lecture videos. To get to the lecture videos, you have to click this link up top. This gives you our class playlist. So here's a welcome video that I made for you guys last week. I'll add this one in here. And you can see we've got all these videos. I would recommend watching them all, but if you're like, oh man, no, I feel really good about fractions, or I looked over section 1.1 and I'm not sure I need it, skip it. But if you're doing the homework and you get confused, go back and look at these modules. So here I've got everything, chapters 1 to R to 3 completed, and this is for our future work. So don't go ahead and watch stuff on chapter 7 and 9. We aren't quite there yet. So in our module then, now that I have watched the lecture videos, I can answer and introduce myself to the group. It's a group discussion that is graded, and you guys did so beautifully and introduced yourselves to each other, which was so great. Then you click on My Math Lab. Again, you have to click the link up here, and this is where you're going to sign in and access all your homework. Let me go ahead and sign in to show you an easy way to find all your homework. So one place to find your homework would be under Assignments. If you click this Assignments tab, here are all of your assignments and their due dates. So here's all of your homework. As you can see, I didn't do my Chapter 1 homework, bummer, or my Chapter R homework, but I can still go back and do that. Remember, there are no late penalties. You are able to work ahead, but I caution you to not get too far ahead. I've posted all the homework through chapter 7. So that's where you can find your homework. This is also where you can take a look at your grade book. As of right now, I do not have a great grade, but I haven't done much of my homework. The second I do that homework, that grade's going to raise. Then when I'm done with my module and I've introduced myself to the class, what I want you to do is complete this reflection. Now this reflection is extra credit. It's just a way for me to see how you're feeling about the course. So what's one thing that's not clear or confusing about this topic? That's up to you. Maybe you're like, oh, I don't feel comfortable converting from percentages to decimals, or maybe I could use more examples of how to solve for a single variable. Type this in here, and if there are multiple people asking me the same thing, I'll make bonus videos for each chapter. Tell me one important takeaway you learned from this topic. If you learned something new, that'd be beneficial, and then maybe if you found something interesting about this topic or how it might apply to your major. This is all extra credit. You don't have to fill these out, but like telling me where you're confused is a great place to start. Then, once you complete that that quiz, you're done with the entire module. I would minimize it by using this bar here once you've done everything. Minimize it by clicking that arrow. And then you move on to week 2. Read the overview to-do list. Look at the chapter videos. Here are some extra bonus worksheets and an interactive to practice graphing lines online that I found helpful. I post bonus worksheets not because they're graded, but they're meant to help support you. Complete the group discussion. I give you guys a practice exam and the key to that practice exam, and then you could start your first exam. Your first exam is due June 3rd. Read the instructions. Take your time. Show all work and simplify all fractions. There's no time limit, but you must complete this exam in one sitting. For some of the problems, you have to submit photos of your work. I think it's about 5. Just take a photo with your phone and you can submit a photo or email them to me. I prefer if you submitted them in Canvas. If you're having issues, let me know. I go ahead and give you these equations. So you may want to write these down or save them as an image before start. These are the equations you can use to solve, to work on the quiz. And then you would just click take the quiz, which I'm not going to do right now because then you'll see the answers to the quiz. Okay? So that was kind of an overview of how I approach each module because we are in an asynchronous course. Note, you are not alone. We have Zoom hours. So Brittany, our amazing tutor, has Zoom office hours every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. I have Zoom office hours at 6 p.m. every Wednesday, unless otherwise specified. Tomorrow I had a scheduling conflict. But you are also able to message me and schedule private messages. You can just click your inbox and click message Becca Lauren Miller, R. Lauren Miller, whoever I am in here, and send me a message. So I hope that really helps. I'm really enjoying what we've been doing in this course so far, and I look forward to speaking with you further.